Keith, why do you run?
Why do I run?
Why do you run?
Well, it's an interesting question. It's a question that, you know, it's such a broad thing because
It's
you
hard.
could come up with 1,000,001 answers.
Yes.
But, you know, when I think about the question,
Yes.
I guess the first thing that comes into my mind is, well, look where we are.
Right.
This beautiful forest
Yeah.
at Miracle Beach.
Yeah.
When I first started running to train,
Yeah.
I was 10 years old and I was in New Zealand and living in a place that has a beautiful forest park basically right next to the city of Rotorua.
Yeah.
And there's a grove of redwoods. Funnily enough, it's called the Redwood Grove.
Okay.
And that's where I learned to run.
Right.
Like I say, I was 10 years old.
That's
and
great.
it's a very, very special place to me.
Right.
Because, you know, it's you always sort of go back to your roots, and for me that was where it all began. And so why do I run? Well,
Why do you run?
there's so many different reasons, and you know, the first reason I guess would be, well, the physical part of it.
Yeah.
For me, when I first started, it was all about competition.
Right. Right.
And growing up in New Zealand, it's a sports mad country.
Is it?
Right.
I've not been to New Zealand yet.
You know, and so everyone was into all sorts of sports, and I mean, most of the sports had running as a sort of a background. You know, like rugby or soccer or field hockey or cricket, or you know, you had to be a good runner to do any of these sports. But just track and field on its own was very appealing.
Yes.
And so the competitive aspect, that spirit of competitiveness, was what really sort of got me interested as a kid.
Right.
But you know, when I think back even further, I was always going to be a runner. You know, sometimes I tell people I was born to do it, because as soon as I was able to run, I would run around and around. Our house had the living room, dining room, and then a sort of a hallway.
Yes.
And there was a door from the hallway to the living room, one from the living room to the dining room, and another one from the dining room to the hallway.
Yeah.
So I had my running track right there.
In the house.
I would run around and around in circles until my mum got, you know, pissed off at me and told me to get outside. And so then I ran around and around the house.
Right.
On the grass, and I wore a track in the grass. And then my dad said,
"That's it.
Go over the fence." And over the fence was huge farms.
Right.
And once I jumped that fence, and I don't know how old I was, you know, 5 or something.
Right.
Once I jumped that fence and looked around and realized that I had literally the whole world
To run.
it was there's something clicked.
Yes.
And I thought, this is what I want.
All right, Ron, tell me, why do you run?
Why do I run?
Why do you run?
I run to stay young. I run to stay healthy. I run because it feels good. And I run because there's so many other nice people to run with.
Okay, ladies, I want to know, why do you run?
Well, first of all, my name is Sheila, and this is Roz, and I'm 58. And how old are you, Roz?
I'm 66.
And I want to say that I run because of Roz. And why do you run, Roz?
I run because I enjoy running, and I enjoy seeing a lot of people out here running and enjoying it as well. I enjoy it because of the competition and seeing how well I can do versus other people.
Ditto on that. And then it's nice to see all ages running, and it just keeps us balanced and healthy and living longer, and just 20 seconds is just not long enough. Okay.
Tell me, why do you run?
I run because I like to eat pie. I run for camaraderie. I run for the competition. I run because it's fun.
Come on down to the track. Okay. I made my movie star thing.
Running was the place to do that. It was my time to get away and go through all my emotions and file them away. So it was kind of my little zen and relaxation. And then I started racing and I started winning, and that itself was a complete high. And now I just run because I really love it, and I've met some really great people, and I race and I win pretty ribbons, and that's a lot of fun.
Running has really helped keep me sane.
And grounded.
Yeah, grounded, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it helps with so many aspects of your life. It helps you physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually.
Yeah.
I mean, what else can I say? Life is not easy.
I know. Life is not easy. Running helps make it easier.
Yeah. And you know what? To break it down, running is just about the easiest thing you can do, right? You put
It's
two
like
feet in front of each other,
running. Yes.
a little bit quicker than walking.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it's different. It's more than just walking fast.
Yeah.
It's yeah, you've got that. It's more than the endorphins too, right?
It is.
Right on. Good job.
Okay, Wayne. I'd like to know, why do you run?
All right, I got lots of reasons to run.
Okay.
One is for the friendship and the camaraderie I have with all the people that I run with.
Yep.
I enjoy the competition as well.
Yeah.
I enjoy pushing myself and seeing how much I can get out of my own body. That's very important for me.
Yep.
And I'm really competing against myself versus competing against everybody else. You know, they're more my partners in the race and my competitors. They just push me harder.
Yeah.
But really, it's just seeing how much I can get out of myself and how good I feel about feeling in good shape after doing all the running.
That's awesome. Thanks, Wayne. I'd like to ask you, why do you run?
I have a little bit of poetry related to that.
I love poetry. Let's hear it.
Okay. There was a poem written by a British soldier in the First World War. His name was Charles Sorley. And while he was in France, toward the end of the war, he was thinking back to being back in England and going with all his friends for a run, running through the country and so on. And the last two lines of the poem are, I run because I love it, through the broad, bright land.
It's beautiful.
It speaks to me, absolutely.
As a runner.
Yeah.
I run because, actually, I can't remember not running. It's been since 1958, I think, that I started running.
Wow.
And it's a hard habit to break. So sometimes I think I can quit anytime I want, like an addict, but it always starts up again.
So you love it?
Yes, I do. I enjoy having my gymnasium outside my front door. No fees, no trainers. I don't need a partner. Don't have to wait on a team to be ready to practice.
Right.
So there's lots of advantages to running as a form of fitness, but also competing against others or competing against yourself. It's easy to measure your progress or your regression.
Yeah. I have another question for you. What do you think of running in the Comox Valley?
I think there must be some elixir in the Comox Valley because all of the best runners in this club are seniors.
You're onto
55
something.
and up.
Yeah.
My friends in the Midwest of the U.S. say if we could do it, we'd move up there and drink whatever you are drinking right now, or what they're drinking.
Yeah. We have a lot of fit seniors. You guys always kick my ass. So. It's humbling.
It's humbling to run with these folks too.
Yeah. Well, thanks for telling me why you run, George.
I run because first and foremost, I enjoy it just for the sake of running.
Yeah.
It regulates me. It just gives me meaning, definition to my life.
Yeah.
I kind of identify myself as a runner for apart from other many aspects. I just think I'm a very competitive person. It helps channel my energy. It really gets me in touch with outdoors and nature.
Yeah.
It's kind of like almost a religion to me. I just feel so blessed to be able to run. It's just absolutely amazing. It's actually quite an emotional experience for me.
Yes.
It
Yep.
grounds me. It allows me just to express myself to who I am.
Yeah.
I can be out there. You can have the largest problems of the day, and at the end you can just chuck them in the waste paper basket.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different facets with running. You know, from the health aspects. But I guess I got into running when I was really young, around 12.
Okay.
Became a competitive runner. I've run many different levels at national level, and but it's, even if I wasn't to race again, I would still run because I feel it's a gift, and it just gives me definition, regulates me, and it just is just a zen. It's a flow experience. That's what I really think about it.
You are a runner.
And it's just, when you have this environment here, how can you not go wrong? Like, I mean, or, you know, it's just absolutely amazing. So I feel very lucky to be able to do that. And yeah, it's a passion, and I think it just gives balance. So and a lot of people say, well, what do you think about when you run? And I say, well, that's just it. Let everything come to you. Let it flow. And yeah, so it's great, and you sometimes get the best ideas.
I'd like to know, why do you run?
I love to run. I love to run because I can eat more. Because I love chocolate, and I love cheesecake, and I love all this empowering food that we're not supposed to eat because it's bad for us. I love to run because I just feel great when I cross that finish line, and I've beaten my time when I've reached that personal goal, and when all my muscles hurt the next day and I feel alive. That's why I love to run.
Awesome. And you get to make good friends.
Always.
Absolutely.
I see you running a lot.
Yes, I need to run. If I don't run, I get antsy, I can get grumpy, and it just regulates me. It's a really good drug. It's like, you know, you're out for like a long run, and you've done a workout, and then, you know, it's almost like they say, well, the whole world's just kind of like collapsed, or, you know, oh, well, you know, whatever. You know, it's like a drug, man.
It's like a coping pill.
It's like a coping pill.
Born to run.
When I was little, when I was a kid, I wanted to run. I didn't care who or where or whatever. I just loved to run. The Sunday school picnic, 5-year-olds, yes, run. 6-year-olds, oh, I'm going to run again. 7-year-old, I just kept going, and every time I finished a little race, they'd give me an orange. This was in the 1940s.
1940s, they gave you an orange, not a chocolate medal.
No,
Okay.
no, an orange, which was a big deal in the 40s, you know, right after the Second World War.
Right.
So, and I just carried that forward.
Right.
So I like to run the short distances, I like to sprint.
Yeah.
I like to do the long stuff.
Right.
Although I've only done one ultra, and that was enough. Partly because it was just, oh God, when are we going to get this over with? It was a 50-miler, and that was far enough for me. I went back to marathons. Made marathons seem shorter.
Oh my goodness.
By comparison.
I have something to tell you.
Okay.
I want to let you know that you are my running mentor. I first met you at track years ago, and you were so kind and encouraging, and you're like, Kendall, you can run fast, and you had me running quick little
shorter bits
because I couldn't run fast, and so because of you I became a faster runner.
Well,
so thank you so much, Diane.
That's lovely. I love to hear that.
Thank you so much for encouraging all of us to run.
Well,
I love it.
Well, that has been a bonus. That for a while, when was that? 1980, 89, 1990, I ran into a time when I couldn't run.
Yeah.
I was just, I guess I was burnt out with a very heavy job and a lot of other stuff happening in my life. I couldn't run competitively.
Right.
So a man who coached an all-women's track team said, help me. Be my assistant coach.
Oh my.
And he was with the Canadian Track and Field Association. He said, I'll get you into the program. We'll get you certified with Coaching Association of Canada.
Right.
And so from 1990 on, I had the best of both worlds because I could coach and I could run, and it was my work and my play. And
oh my goodness. Okay, Karen, I'd like to know, why do you run?
Why I run? Well, I like to have lots of friends. And if I didn't run, my mood would be so pissy, nobody would want to hang out with me.